Well, okay. So I just had a visitor by the name of Arno, who, there, you can see his little parsies, who just kinda stepped on stuff, so we're starting a little bit early. And now my camera is not holding anymore. Just a moment. There we go. Anyway. Hello everybody, we're live, and this cat is currently looking at that biscuit I'm still eating. Mommy wanted a snack before she went live. But Arno thought differently. Anyway, we're going to draw a couple more art fights today. This is likely going to be the last batch of art fight that I'll be making, since I have so much else to do for the rest of the month. I don't think I can justify another art fight stream. So, I already got started on a couple of sketches. There are more I want to do, but I think I'll just focus on these for now. Get some of them done. And then, if there's still time in today's stream, I'll do one or two more. There are two more where I would really love to do something for those people, so we'll see. Yeah, Artfight is definitely winding down a little for me. So, yeah, that is a thing. So, let me just get this user's name into the comments so everybody knows who we are attacking right now. And then I have my biscuit in my mouth. Okay. Alright, that is the current character we're going to be attacking, which is the horse up here. And if you thought my Kasim was a reverse zebra, you will not get a very zebra-esque horse. So let's just copy and paste that one onto its own layer. That worked as it should. And we'll just make it a little bit bigger. So yeah, these will also at most be shots with bust and upward, but more likely we'll just stay with headshots for this one, this session. Yeah, and if I should go quiet, that just means I'm in the zone. Or it means my cats are having zoomies and I'm just sitting here like, not now, please, not now. But they were just fed, so they apparently have energy again. They like Fridays, because for one, I'm home earlier. So they get snuggles and maybe a couple of treats as well. But also it usually means they get fed a little bit earlier. It's usually feeding time is around 6 p.m. Are you two alright? Yeah, they're just having fun on the cat tree in the other room. So yeah, they get fed at around 6 p.m. usually, but since I go live at around 5 p.m. and I don't want to feed them in between or have two hungry kitties in my stream the entire time. That means they also get fed at 5 p.m. So that's earlier than usual. So alright, I think the forehead here is a little bulky and the ears might be just a little tad on the large side. Looks a bit more mulish. We do not have anything against mules, they're just not what we're drawing right now. Okay, that did a lot already. Okay, both kitties are kind of meowing in the other room for their mommy, aren't you? Yeah, I've been here the entire time. If you've been missing me, you just have to look here. Hey? Come here. Yeah, you just had something to eat. You don't get anything else right now. Yeah. I don't know if the camera's picking up his meows. Not the camera, the microphone. Oh. It's been a week, I guess. Alright. Let me just see if I can zoom in on this reference a little bit. This is as big as it gets on here. Is there a toy house page? They do have a toy house page, but not for this character. Alright. We'll just make do. And just use the old control and scroll trick. So the nose does look a little bit flatter in the reference, so we'll just go with that one. Alright, we've got a sketch. Now let's duplicate this, hide that one so we can just clean this one up a little bit. Because I'm not in the mood for inks today. So we're just going to clean the sketch up and then color the sketch. That also has some charm. Oh, sweetie, I'm right here if you want something. Yeah. I know. The world is unfair. No. Oh, sweetie, come here. Yeah. I can't let you out right now. Yeah, it's raining outside. Yeah, you do not want to go outside. I guarantee you. Hmm? Wanna come up? I'll put the computer mouse elsewhere and you can just come up and lie here if you want to. Hmm? Oh, sweetie boy. Yeah? No? Okay. Yeah, you can also just lie in the middle of the room. This cat is driving me crazy today. Technically, it's driving me crazy every day, but you know. Specifically now when I'm live streaming, sweetie. It's impeccable timing on your part, as always. Right, just need to really clean up the ears. Alright, we've got some good ink-esque things going on here, so just gonna, whoops, get rid of a couple more fragments here, and then we go over to some coloring. Okay, let's get this one back here. So the base color is kind of purplish. I didn't save the reference to my Dropbox yet, so yeah, we're going by feeling our way this time around. Where did I have that one pen? That is cool. Okay, for one, this purple is way too bright. Yeah, that looks better. Let's also put this on multiply, so we can still see the sort of line art through. Oh, this cat is going to drive me insane eventually. I'll be right back.
Somewhere in that totality known as the universe is a galaxy called the Milky Way. Tucked into the corner of that galaxy is a planet.
So we now have a captive here. He was not being a nice cat and leaving me in peace. So he is now getting some forced attention. Yeah, and I have a feeling you're liking it too, aren't you? Yeah, maybe not. Alright, we've got a base going. lighter color is a bit on the light blue side. This is way too opaque. It's much softer. So now we've got this sort of very light peach color. We have no, okay. Was just going to look if there was maybe a reference of the head on, but that wasn't. So we'll make do. Oh, my playlist went quiet. There we go. We have music again. So we can't get some kind of taper going here. I think I made a mistake with this whole taper thing. I pressed cancel rather than being done. There we go. No, this is way too bright. Way too red. So this is more of a turquoise, sort of more in a greenish color. So let's give I proper highlight. And then we can do some shading. Okay, now we need to do this a little bit differently. But we need to start the whole shading part from the beginning. Alright, we've got the first one. Let's just put all of this into a group to make it a bit easier with the organization. So what we can also do, just to make it look less floaty, is give it a very very sparse background. I'm not sure I like the color. Oh yeah, that goes with the eyes. Very less. So, we've got the first art fight of the day. And it took less than an hour. So there's a chance we will get to the rest of them just fine. Let's rename this one. No, it is indeed not dead. Okay, we're making this easier on ourselves now. There we go. So much easier. Now, let's go with this one. And then let's make it ledger. Now let me also open that reference for them. Probably also should put into the description who we're attacking this time around. Let me see, do I think I've got them in my bookmarks. I'm not good about bookmarking things, but oh yeah, I have not put them into my bookmarks. There we go. So let's replace the pinned message. Hi BP, how you doing? Then I know it. I'm also really tired. I did have 3 a.m. zooming kittens again. It was entirely too early. Why aren't you? No, you're back, okay. That was weird. But yeah, the kitties might have been outside on the balcony last night if I had left the door open, but we did have a bit of a storm last night, and I did not want to risk flooding in my studio, so... I mean, there wouldn't have been that much flooding, given that the balcony is roofed by another balcony, but still. No need to risk it. Yeah, who does that? That is weird. Yeah, and then, again, I fed them before the stream, and Arno was being a pest for the first 30 minutes or so of the stream. But he seems to have calmed down and gone to sleep in the other room now. The hardest life indeed. Every day his mommy leaves him to go to work. Every day he needs to beg for food. Because his mommy always forgets to feed him, according to Arno. I have in fact never forgotten to feed him, or his sister, or anybody. Yes, do fix that. Food and hydrating is important. And I also shall hydrate. So let's just... How are we going to do this in the dumbest way possible? I think that might work. Well, it would work if the line out was closed. And also I think we might have to push the whole eye a little bit. Just so it actually looks like she is pulling the eyelid down. Alright. Let's get this as a reference layer. Get another layer down here. Okay, I'm guessing the line down here is not quite as proficient as I had thought. Now let's get this as a reference and fill the other part. And this one can be deleted now. I find that is a way more efficient way to use the fill tool in Procreate. And let's put this one on alpha lock. See, if I were to use this as a reference again, could we make our life a little bit easier? Probably. There we go. Got the hair blocked in. Let's also block the rest of the jacket in. No, not quite. A bit more in the purplish. Maybe a bit too purple. Yeah, I think now I've got it. Yes, this is Beasley. I'm currently working on my last-ish batch on Artfight attacks. So these are a bit simpler than the ones I've done before. But, you know, gift art is gift art. People will be happy. I hope. Dr. Flux is awesome. I love his nonchalant way of just tackling a problem and not bothering with Earth medical standards. Or not standards. Moralities? Yeah, I think moralities is a better word. I mean, there was that episode where he basically cloned one of the crew, and then everybody got really close to that clone, and then that clone couldn't even survive. Yeah. He, let's just say he doesn't really bother with how humans feel about his practice. The important thing is that they get healthy again. Oh, and then there's this episode where he basically gives Porthos an alien organ. That was a good episode too. Alright, and then we've got a green eye. Goes more into the bluish than the yellow. Okay. And a blue eye. A bit more into the sky blue. No, Porthos is not the prized beagle. He would be way too old for that in the movies, but probably a descendant of Porthos. Because, yeah, I have been looking for that information for a while as well. But despite all the medical advancements, I don't think they'll have dogs turn 30 or something. Or a clone made by Phlox. That could also be a thing. And given what I know about Phlox, I wouldn't put it past him. Oh. Right, I need to turn up the reference here. And put a clipping mask on that. these look good with more of a smudged. Nah, I'm gonna keep it with the harder lighting. Let's see how that looks. So, and let's do some shinies for the hair. Yeah, okay, now maybe we should go with soft light rather than hard light. Hi Lefty, how you doing? So, let's just make an experiment with maybe darkening the shadows a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. Also doodling, but analog, that's fine. Love doodling analog, but it's easier with Artfight to just do it digital. And yeah, Mia has heterochromia. So that will be number 2 on today's list. Let's just put all of this into one folder. So the one thing I really hate about Procreate is how not cool the whole moving of layers is. There we go. Nope. Clipping mask, and clipping mask. Yeah, I decided to try and get more comfortable with Procreate by doing Artfight and drawing other people's characters. And, okay. The program and I are not friends yet. So, let's rename this the old-fashioned way. There we go. I like Procreate for sketching. It does that very well, but everything else is so cumbersome. I have such better experiences with Clip Studio, or literally any desktop app that I've used so far. So let's get the last one from this batch. A bit blowed up. Well, yeah, so far we've got Mia and also a horsey. Whoop, no extra layer, just going out here. Now, let me pull up my reference on my PC. I still have that one open. Nope. Does not look like it. So we gotta reopen that one. So, this is a character from somebody who I already attacked last year. And they gave me a revenge, and I figured why not attack them once more. Should probably also update the pinned comment. Let me just find their attack from last year, and then I can just copy and paste this. I wish you spelled. And replace the pinned message. So if people have an Artfight account, they can know. Look at this, because Artfight requires an account to view stuff. They always have, but recently it's been really nice that they do, because that means less scrapers go by to take all the attacks for, you know, AI training. Is there a leaderboard for how many attacks someone does? There are statistics on the website. Let me just pull up mine for a second here. There we go, statistics. And then there we go. So this is my Artfight profile. Video text. And the attacks I've uploaded so far this year. There are a couple more from last year. The stuff I've got this year. Kasim has been very popular. Let's put it like that. I mean, who doesn't like a grumpy zebra, reverse zebra, I guess. And yeah, there are statistics. This is my overall battle ratio from both years so far. And this is just for the current battle. I'm still ahead. I still have made more attacks than I've received. So yeah. Yeah, we like cranky stripy horses here. I mean, look at this little crank here. He sure is cranky. So, back to this one. And I need my reference again, thank you. There we go. Still haven't joined Artfight, I'm terrible. Yeah, I wanted to join years ago already, and I always forgot about it. I only heard about it again when it was already way on the way. And by then I always felt weird trying to join it. So I didn't. And then 2 years ago, I finally heard of it just before it started. And I'm like, okay, let's crank out these 6 reference sheets, and off we went. But I already see that with attacking last year and networking a bit more this year also, I got a lot more in return this year than last year, which, you know, it's fine. This is an art gifting game, not an art getting game, so this is all about giving art to others. But I did have some issues this year by just not being fast enough in giving, and so many people just gave me stuff in return, and I'm like, Don't, I want to give more than I get. Oh yeah, and then time and energy, that too. I mean, I usually have a Friday stream with art. I have been working more on my comic lately, which is more of a side project, to be honest, but yeah, I usually have these streams where I'm like, okay, I'll just use that time to do some attacks. Thank you. I love drawing hair. It's so fun. Oh yeah, then if you're so close to a burnout, then no, don't do Artfight. This is about having fun, not burning to a crisp, figuratively speaking. Hi Gex, how you doing? So, but I think the hair is actually a lot longer, so I'll put a bit more there. Breakfast finally had at nearly 1 p.m. I mean, better late than never, BP. Oh, well, that's fine. Awesome. Yeah, I'm a bit tired. I mean, it is Friday, end of the week stuff and everything. But I'm glad of getting some art done. Yeah, I figure if you already had burnout once, it is probably also a lot easier to slip back into it. Since your body already knows what that feels like. It's like, oh yeah, it's helped last time with shutting down, so let's do that again. Okay, let's pull the draw line a little bit here. Maybe also the hairline. I've tried teaching my cats Welsh. They do not respond. They think I'm talking gibberish, but one day they will not think that anymore. I mean, they are already bilingual cats. They know when I'm talking English and they know when I'm talking German to them. I'm sure they will also learn Welsh at some point. But yeah, Gigs recently sent me some stuff, and among that was this little book. Here, let me turn it around. Teach your cat Welsh. There are more in the series from what I saw back here. Cornish for cats and dogs, French for dog, Gaelic for cat and dog, German for the dog. I guess cats do not learn German. North Wales, Welsh. Yeah, I know syllables. North Wales Welsh. Gee, that's a tongue twister right there. Oh yeah, there are a couple of those. Seems fun. Yep. It is just the right kind of hilarious to think about. Okay, so something isn't quite adding up with this one, so let's turn this around and look what it is. Oh yeah, I'm seeing stuff. Also, the ears aren't really lining up. She does have some earrings. Slightly different dialect in the north. Okay. Well, I guess no language is all that homogeneous. There's always some differences depending on the region. So that makes sense that the north might talk a little bit differently than the south and the center, and yeah. and freeform place. So, oh, I'm still on that layer. Didn't I make a new layer? Apparently not. Oh wait, she has jewelry there. And I also need to change the brush tip here. So I think I'll add more of the hair later, so I don't have to ink around it all the time. Nope. I need to do this a little bit more voluminous. Give that fabric some room to breathe. Now we're drawing this one first. And then do the hand afterwards. And then that one brace goes there. So now let me zoom in on that dagger a little bit, so I actually draw it right, or the way it is supposed to be intended to be drawn. Oh gee, that song slowed. I do not like how this finger looks. Okay, this didn't make it better. Oh yeah, should probably also close that part. Okay, let's put this down as a reference. Got a new layer and fill. second attempt to fill when not quite. So, third time's the charm, right? Yes. So what I am doing with this filling, the thing is that Procreate's fill tool is underperforming. So what I'm doing is basically I fill everything around the character so that I can set this as a reference layer now. Put another layer on there and then fill that one up. And when I get rid of this one, we have a wonderfully filled character without any white gaps anywhere. Thinking around a couple of corners to get there, because again, fill tool is underperforming. It is the worst part. This character's name is Ethis, probably more than the sound. She is an elven princess who did not want to be a princess and ran away to the woods. And I just noticed I forgot her necklace. But yeah, she also isn't my character. She belongs to somebody else. See the pinned comment. Because yeah, Artfight is about drawing other people's characters. Let's just make a little background. There. Basically not a background at all, but good enough. Might have been a little bit too much on the yellow side here. So let's make it a bit more rosy, peachy. So her hair is white-ish, so let's make that a very light blue. Okay. I'm making progress. I just got green eyes pretty on the yellowest side of green. And I'll reinforce the darks here a bit later. Alright, so then her necklace has more of a golden pendant. And that same golden color is at the hilt for the dagger. That one does look a bit like a reddish color on top, yes. Okay, my golden color is not in the color selection anymore. I cannot say why, but it is in line with how Procreate operates here. And that being not very reliable. So let's put some blush on her. Right. Oh, I forgot the jewelry again. The earrings, I tell you, are always the things that fall off the first. Aye, food stuff. Food stuff is good. Eating is very, very healthy. We all need it. So, did I forget anything obvious? No, I don't think so. Okay. Then we can reinforce the eyes a little bit. And can we want to shading? So let's just put all the blue in there and then go on top with a lighter color. A huge pan of it, and I just divided leftovers with 3. So yeah, that's also good. Having leftovers makes the following day is so much easier. So yeah, with eyes specifically, when I'm using some colored inks or ink adjacent line art, I always reinforce them a little bit. Otherwise, the color that peeks through looks a bit weird. Things, yeah, those are just the default brushes in Procreate. I haven't added a whole lot extras, because you can't delete the default brushes. And I have the feeling that my entire brush surface or library here is just cluttered, because all of these, which, yeah, you can see it on the camera, are default brushes and you can't delete them. So I'm waiting for the next update that they're currently beta testing. And they updated the brush library in total. So maybe I will then be able to finally sort my brushes properly. Because not being able to do that is just atrocious. Let me do my brushes as I want them. But yeah, the default brushes are not bad, specifically those that are trying to emulate more traditional media. What I don't like though is when you, okay, no, that doesn't show up there, but okay, doesn't show up here either. The moment you want it to show up, it doesn't. But let's see. Oh yeah, this one does it. The way it does the after correction, like just pulling the line more, I hate it. No other program that has any kind of stabilizer that I use does that, and it is frustrating me to no end because the line as I put it down is not working. Yes. The moment you want to show something, it is guaranteed that it is not working the way it is supposed to. Okay, let's see. How does... Oh, now it looks on multiply. Okay, yeah, going down with the opacity a little bit does wonders. So, we can do some smudging here to make everything a little bit more subtle. Although, I don't like it on the clothes. So let's keep that for the skin. Just let it hug the inks a little bit. I have similar feelings about any kind of snapping tool. Like, they can be handy, but please give me the option to turn it off. Yes. Alright, I think we can leave it like this even. So, let's compile the group again. Nope, there's nothing there, thank you. Oh. Still needs the signature. So yeah, I'm bringing all of these over to my computer afterwards and put on watermarks and all of that before I upload anything anywhere.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
That's fine, Alexa, you don't have to help me. I don't know if the microphone picked that up, but my Alexa was activated. Alright, that gives us 3 drawings for this stream already, and we still have about half an hour left. But hey, look at all of them on top of each other. So, let's go in here. So I still have at least one person that I would very much like to attack. I already have that one downloaded, if I remember correctly. Yes. Yeah, she is always listening. I talk to my Alexa in English, which makes it a little hard when I'm trying to tell her to please play a German song or something, because she doesn't recognize German at all. Hi, Effie, how are you doing today? So let's see. I may have to just go around my folder with portrait reference photos to see if I can find some kind of post that I like. Okay, I think we can deal with that one. Also, I was a whole lot smarter today and actually charged my iPad before the stream and charged it properly. Unlike last time, when I had almost forgotten that and it was only at 60%. So we had to have it on life support after. Alright, yeah, I think we can go with that one. And give him a bit of a smile. So, okay, the neck is a bit long. Yes, I am drawing for an art fight, and as always, I should also put that in the comment again. Let's just jump over there so I can get the link for everything. There we go, and let's pin that. So, and then we can take this one, copy paste it, and do the last one for the day. Oh, I should also put my reference back on my screen. That would help. Welcome back, BP. Alright, gigs. Make your food. Oh yeah, I have a glove. I crocheted that one myself. Got a second one too. With a thumb hole. There. It's pretty nice for working on the iPad. Because I do not know where I put my drawing glove that has like the two fingers, like pinky and ring finger. No idea where that one is. So I just figured, let's take this old thing that I made myself. Because why not? Put that down a little bit. I need to put a bit more detail up here. Tried making myself some and it was tricky. This one was a little bit easier because the stitch basically it's very simple and it bulges a little bit, and that way you do not need to shape it all that much, but yeah, it also gives out a lot of fuzz. You know, my cats aren't the only ones shedding, but that's just the wool that I used. I think I'll join next year with Artfight. I'm doing a reconnaissance on Artfight this year to figure it out. Ah, smart. Okay, he has goggles, and those are probably going to be the end of me today. So I'm going to hide them a little bit behind the perspective of the hair. Just keeping it like this. Oh, also, somebody remind me towards the end, he does have ear piercings, so these are the things I tend to forget. So I need somebody to remind me later. Goggles and piercings, or try, yeah. I wouldn't want to be the one when the goggles are pulled off and catch on the ear piercings. No work safety in this air pirate space here, because he is an air pirate. And yeah, I like myself some heavy eyebrows. has two of them. One here and another one in the normal way. Oh, that was a bit large. Just finished drawing 3 OC antagonists for my comic. Right now I'm resting on my bed, doom scrolling on YouTube. Do rest your hand, because figuring out 3 of them at once, that's probably also took a toll on the hand. I know what I'm talking about. 'Cause this one is definitely going to be the last today. But this is the really cool thing with Procreate. When you put down a line and hold it, it just has a nice curve to it, or a nice straight, depending. So this is definitely in favor of the program. So then we're hiding the rest behind the hair. Nearly done painting a little Bulbasaur. Oh, a little Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is a cutie. I mean, there's probably a reason why it is first place in the Pokédex. And won the competition. Don't let Jay hear that. But yes, I agree. Bulbasaur is a cutie. Although technically my favorite Pokemon is Espeon. But hey, Bulbasaur is on that list. Okay, they got at you already. Bribed them off. Smart. Very smart. So yeah, let's continue with the hair back here. Blastoise is best. I disagree, because before Blastoise there is also what was his name in English? It's Cintiq in German. Let me ask your old Google. Swampert. You know, I made an entire video about drawing Swampert. I should by now memorize that it is indeed Swampert in English. Yes, I made an entire card with it. I don't know where I put the card, to be honest. Although chances are they're in that one box on my shelf. But I still have the art right here. Because I've got that sketchbook here. Let me see. There. Got all the Swampert art. I like those two too. There are so many cute Pokemons there. Although I did kind of fall off the train with and what's the 5th generation? Yes, that one. See, Swampert I learned to love while reading the Pokemon special manga. Because one of the protagonists, Ruby, did have a Swampert, and he was trying to make it into a contest Pokemon. So in Hoenn you had all those contests, and he was trying to win all the contest categories. And he had to figure out how to use Swampert or Mudkip while it was still small. Bulbasaur and Turtwig. What can I say? Yeah. Not just grass Pokemon, but grass turtles and that. Because I would classify Bulbasaur almost as a turtle. Or tortoise. Those are the land versions. Sorry. They're basically the same in German. So, now I was looking up at my screen here and saw just a Swampert, not the reference I needed. I find many people still say turtle. I mean tortoise, yeah. Yeah, for us it's Schildkröte, like shield toad. Both for the land version and the aquatic version. See, the shield toads. They're good. So let's do this buckle first. Okay, no. Can't do it with the Procreate tool here. That will just be too straight. Funny seeing the shield bit makes sense, but it turned into an amphibian. Yeah. Yeah. What I guess when the first Central and West Europeans saw one, they probably thought it looked more like a toad than a reptile. It's probably like this wonderful elephant. Like there is a relatively new game. I don't know if it is public yet, but it's called Scriptorium Master, and you basically get to make illuminations of animals that you get very interesting descriptions for. And let me show you the elephant I made in that game. Isn't it beautiful? That game is going to be so much fun once it is released for proper audiences. Right now they still had playtests and beta versions, and yeah, I love my elephant, and also there's a little naked guy here who was there before. And I also made this one with the dogs. The dogs themselves were already there, and the person giving me my commission was basically the dogs need to be clothed. So this one just barely has any clothing on. So yeah, I'm going to have so much fun with that game. Scriptorium. Master of Manuscripts. Which you like, love, yes. Basically, the premise is that you are somebody who can sort of draw, and people give you the wildest descriptions, and you basically need to put it together with the assets that are provided, and you can buy new assets once you have a commission finished, basically, and make it more versatile. But yeah. The doggos and my elephant. No, it's not Gen AI. Somebody has basically drawn a lot of the assets, and basically here you have the neck or the jawline, and it basically fades out into white and then transparency, and then you can just layer it on top and everything. So yeah, no Gen AI there. They've been working on that for a while too. Even before the first Gen AI tools were very publicly available. So yeah, I will be a medieval artist at some point. But yeah, the game basically is a love letter to all the very interesting illuminations you can find in medieval texts. And it is a lot of fun. Like, the interface was still a bit clunky, but it was the alpha version, just playtesting, which I can forgive a lot on that stage. And I just gave a bit of feedback of what I thought might be helpful. If they are able to implement it, that's going to be another matter. But yeah, Loving it already. I think this is a game that has so much potential also as kind of like a party game. Yes, it is on Steam, yeah. I'm not sure if they're still doing playtests or if they have finished with those right now, but it will be released sooner or later. It's really just such a fun little game. You're welcome, yeah, because that game, in my opinion, deserves all the attention. It's a really nice concept. There was a similar game to that, where you're basically a character in a manuscript and you, I think, fight your way through the eliminations. I don't remember what it was called. There was one very similar to it in style, if not in the way you play it. Okay, we've got more inks done. Which means I will have one more attack than I thought I would have. So let's just close this down here. Set this to reference again. And hope, well, the lines are almost closed everywhere. Kind of reminds me of Scribble Notes, but probably still very different. Could be, yeah. I don't remember the name. I'll have to go look for it. Not for much longer, BP. Just going to finish this drawing now, so maybe 20 minutes. So, any other place I need to close inks? I got them. I got them. But thanks for the reminder, because it is touch and go with those things. somewhere up here is still an unclosed line. But where? So, let's try this again. Okay, I don't know where you're having a problem up here. Well, I guess maybe there. Hallelujah, we found it. Reference. So let's color him in. Oh, I didn't close the line down there either. I guess this is a thing for me. There you go. The lawn care guy is here and he saw the art wall. Well, now he knows you're rich because you got all the art there. The Bulbasaur is done! Yay! I mean, BP, you have a whole lot of art on your wall. So yeah, he must be blown away. Is there any free space on your wall left, actually? Not really okay? But there are more walls. See, that is one solution to go with. The hair is in, that's good. Let's get his torn shirt. They have become my workout companions. Okay, that's one way to look at it, indeed. Oh, when I saw setting up workout machine, one print decided to jump on the floor. Oh no! See, that print already knew that doing any kind of sport or workout is going to murder it, so it jumped itself. No, I'm putting more on the blue side still. Yeah, that looks good. I mean, with all those new muscles, you can hang more art. But I will repeat, as the saying goes in German, Sport ist Mord. As in, sport is murder. And mass sports are mass murder, you know. But yes, hiking in Bohemian forests is amazing. 12 out of 10 do recommend. Yeah, Germany is very positive. So, okay, now this is a bit too light. Kind of forgot a part of the goggles. Oops. Time to have me drawn and quartered. There, got all the ear piercings. colored as well. Yeah, VP likes to go to soccer matches. An allure I have never understood. Even though I've lived in Germany my entire life. I'll bring you one day. Yeah, that's going to be tough. I'm not gonna lie. You know, BP, in my life, I have watched 2 entire matches. Oh, well, the one wasn't quite entire, it was more like the tail end of it. And one was for the World Championship in 2006? Yeah, 2006 had a World Championship. And the other was just because it was happening in Dresden. I just got back to Dresden and needed a parking space closer to my apartment. But I lived pretty close to the arena there, and it was a game, and people were parking all around me, and I didn't have a space anywhere. So I checked the Twitter live feed of the game the entire time just to make sure I'll be the first one to know when people are moving away. World Cup, yeah. World Cup, I guess that would be the proper English word for it. I didn't give a hoot about football later. Well, my sister is really into the English teams, okay. And the Chelsea game with her, and honestly, I actually thought it was a lot of fun. Well, I guess when you're in the arena, the atmosphere is a bit infectious, but I don't see the point. It's like 20 people running after a ball, 2 standing around hoping the ball does not get close to them, otherwise they have to keep it out. And then a couple more people running after the people to make sure they abide the rules. So. Oh, wrong layer. The drama. I mean, I remember there was a game between the women's teams at some point, and a lot of women were just going after the ball, as you know, as is usual, and suddenly another woman just lay flat on the ground and nobody knew what happened. They had to rerun so many cameras to find out what happened. Basically, one of the opposing team members tucked her so hard on her ponytail that she kind of passed out. Probably in frustration. I don't remember the details. I don't even remember which teams those were, but yeah. Drama indeed. The back and forth, the Goliath versus Goliath storyline. Who will be the hero? Who will cry in their mama's home? Listen. Every football player is a drama queen. The moment just a little bit of a breeze hits them, they are lying on the ground, holding their legs as though they are about to die. Like Oscar-worthy performances. But yeah, I think that's why with any type of game, it's not just for everyone. Like, you get hyped about making medieval mishaps. And other people love seeing people run after a ball. Yeah, that's true. Trauma and then every time they have a match together, they will oh boy. Wrong layer again. So, what kind of eye color does he have? Very, very blue. But lighter. There we go. Okay, we've got flats. We've got flats. Isn't that amazing? I guess we could just enjoy the art museum set of alarms. Because I have a dead position. Well, we can do that and look at more monster fucker art from the 1920s, yeah. Because those 1920s people, they were horny. Horny for monsters. Oh, wait. There we go. Yeah, the 1920s were not the only ones. But I was surprised how horny they were. But you know, after that, it doesn't surprise me how horny people are nowadays, so yeah. I think that happens a lot of history. Somehow people expect that people did get horny until the 1960s when hippies became a thing. Yeah. Definitely. Yep, people have always been horny. There just happens so much, I don't want to say cleaning with history, because nothing about it is dirty. So yeah, but a very sanitized version. Genghis Khan is related to so many people today, yeah. And honestly, I don't really want to know how many descendants of other noble bastards are out there. They just don't really know it because they have never done a proper DNA test during those times. Went to a museum in Iceland, and like the last Catholic priest there had so many children that basically all Icelanders are still related to that guy, apparently. Wow. On a Catholic priest too. Aren't they the ones supposed to stay celibate? Or was that just monks? Yeah, still, I mean, they got a couple 100,000 at least. That's a lot of people still. Catholic priests too. Yeah, apparently those are going to be topics on these streams. I mean, last week, in my defense, we were talking about the app Procreate. This time we are talking about horny people, though, yes. YouTube is still going. I mean, I'm not monetized or anything, but they will never monetize me now. When at any rate, it was a priest, yeah. Oh yeah, don't look at my shop just yet. I still haven't put up the stickers. I made progress with the photos. I just have so many photos that I need to properly edit to make everything look nice. But it is on my to-do list, and I will get to it eventually. They knew what they were doing when they named this app, yes. Like I get they're to create new things, but you know, procreating is also creating new things, right? You're here for the filth, that's good. You need the stickers? Well, yeah, I'll get to it soon-ish. Yes, VP has an album of stickers. I mean, he has a wall full of art, he has an album of stickers, he has All the things. So, let's see how this looks on multiply. I might have put down a little bit too much of the light blue. I'm gonna look. Got a bit carried away because we were talking about all the horny things. It's not a bad thing though. Attorney is right in front of you, sitting on her throne with all that strawberry sauce. Wait, I thought that was tomato juice. Yeah, I'm going to blame the horny talk. It distracted me. Okay, let's redo the nose in terms of lighting. And there we go. So let's put down a little bit of a background. I used the oil pastel, yes. Yes, I used the oil pastel. And probably should also put that on overlay. There we go. Putting Bulba on CC, hey! Going to look at it momentarily. So, but I think, yeah, we're also done with him. That looks good so far. Let's put a signature down. And put all of these in a folder. Oh, come on. Move. It moved, yes. There we go. So we got him, we got her, we got her, and her. That is 4 headshots in about 3.5 hours. God, that was a productive stream. So now let me look at the Bulba. It has a crown. It has a crown. And sparkles. CC is Cyborg Central. That's a Discord server we are both in. And the Gengar. Oh my god, that crown is fabulous. That is fabulous. And the Gengar knows it. Like, look at that grin. Lefty, is it okay if I share that on stream right now? Yeah, okay. Let me save that to my desktop and put it on here. Alright, there we go. Fabulous. They are both so amazing. I love them. So, are you working with watercolors or are those markers? Like water-based markers? Innocent and cutesy, yes. It's ink and watercolor. Okay, yeah. And you can see a bit of the water texture there. So, yeah, I figured either watercolor or water-based markers. That could also work, I guess. Oh yeah, they are amazing. Yes, the Gengar has a really nice gradient going. I also like how that one little water splotch has the edge on the ear for Bulbasaur, and then it's just very smooth over here. Really nice. Thank you for letting me share that. So, let's... Okay, so, I need to stretch. I need to see if I can find something to eat. I have a lot of food. It's not an issue. I just need something that I'm in the mood for. And yeah, thank you for keeping me company today. Let me take you all over to ending. And yes, microphone is working. OBS had an update earlier today, and that always makes me nervous whether or not the microphone is working when I change scenes, but yay! It does. So yeah, thanks for keeping me company, and no VP, it's not going to be 8 more hours. My shoulders are a bit sore. And yeah, I'll see you back here next week. Let's see, what do we do next week? Oh, we'll do next month's Mail Club art, meaning Spooky Deer. And yes, I'll make sure to hydrate. I haven't finished my cup of tea yet, so I'll do that. Alright, see you next week, and thanks for keeping me company today. Have a nice rest of your day. Bye bye.